Hi, I'm Capt.Grant Coppin with Texas Fishing Tips, and this is your weekly fishing report.
Over here on the west side of the ICW, actually both the west and the east, uh, the reds are running. It's it's that time of year where we're getting lots of reds in the ditch, throwing live shrimp and live croaker both. Just really looking for those pinches and cuts along the ICW, throwing up on the edge of the sand, letting that southeast wind or northeast, depending on which direction. We've had a few cold fronts come through, so it's lowered the temperature of the water. And every time we get a cold front going through, those reds know it's time to move, and they've been moving through the ditch the most. Over here in the flat, just south of the power plant, we've been catching good reds in this flat. Now, the tide has gone down a little bit. But what I mean down is it's gone down from when it was really, really high, when the water was in the parking lot at the boat ramp. But now the tide is normal from what the summer brought us, being down all that time. But this spot right here, this flat here, has been producing good numbers of reds, some trout, and a few black drum. But what I've been catching them on, gold spoons, live shrimp under a popping cork, just popping the daylights out of it, really just giving it a good shake. I've been using those Four Horsemen corks. Those are really good corks. Only thing you got to watch out about those Four Horsemen corks is you've got to put like a snap swivel on the top, because your line will get wrapped around the top of the cork, and they will pop the line whenever you're popping your popping cork. Over here, just south of Pure Oil Channel, we've been catching some good trout on this grass line, throwing some late season croaker. Uh, Come in here, work the edge, and it's kind of dirty water right now, but that's okay. They don't care. Those trout are in here, and just kind of move down the ditch. The other thing that we've been catching along this grass line is big giant bull reds. So as you're sitting there catching some good numbers of trout, you'll get into the redfish, and so your box might be a dozen trout with three or four good bull reds mixed in there. Over here in the Pack Reed Channel, we've been catching both redfish and black drum pretty regularly. Uh, Throwing live shrimp free line with a split shot, or live finger mullet when you can catch them moving through here. Cast net them up, and just throw them on the bottom. Right here around the houses where the no wake zone is, that's been a good place to just throw out the flounder moving through. So try to get your flounder quick before we go into November. Um, there's also a few good trout coming through with the reds and the drum. But really, right now, the big schools of black drum are in the Packery with with the scattered schools of redfish moving through. And you'll know, you throw a live finger mullet out there and just let it drift in the current, and you'll find out real quick if those redfish are there. Over here in the meadows, we've been catching some good redfish just along this edge where the cabins are, fishing the sand pockets in here, just coming in, getting upwind of the sand pockets on those stronger windy days. Those have been the best days. Whenever it's real calm, I do not want to come sit in a sand pocket and throw cut bait, because it's not that good. Um, as you move down a little further south, the humps have been doing really good. We've been catching good fish in there, but that's mainly on a north wind. So when it's calm, either place is not that good. But when it's kicking and windy, southeast or northeast, either one, uh, this grass line right here with the sand pockets or the humps over here, at the last blue cabin before we head out of the meadows. Over here in Compuerta Pass, we've been catching good numbers of drum, and believe it or not, with that north wind that blew last week, there was lots of drum in here, both to be caught out here in the middle. We caught a few big bull reds. Our boxes consisted of about 11 or 12 black drum with a couple of bull reds mixed in. Also, right up here against the shoreline, we've been catching some good fish. Some smaller drum, but they're the good eating butterfly drum, and some good slot reds mixed in against that dirty water. Over here on the south shore of Baffin, we've been catching good numbers of reds and drum, a few scattered trout in here. When the tide was real high, I was able to get my boat in this flat, but now that the tide's back to normal, if I've got too many guys on the boat, it's hard for me to get my boat out of here, especially if I run in on plane. Which means that a lot of those fish, instead of holding in the flat, are holding on the drop-off. But I've been using live shrimp and popping corks, and just, like I said, pop the daylights out of them, and use those Four Horsemen corks with a little crimp snap swivel on the top.
I'm Capt.Grant Coppin. Thanks for watching.